is, do you want to live out of scarcity and fear, or do you want to put out what you want to receive? So I would always say go all in.
Yeah, I like that mindset.
That energy transfer.
We just got to risk it for the biscuit.
I know, yeah, in a smart way.
That is another good saying.
That's my favourite.
Yeah.
Risk it for that biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously every situation is so individualized, but
definitely.
I really, really think energetics in business is important.
So what advice would you give to a student coming to the end of their studies, studying naturopathy, tossing up whether they should go out on their own, they're a bit nervous, they don't really know what to do.
Or any business for that matter.
Yeah, just anyone, business degree, a marketing degree, whatever you do. What advice would you give seeing you've actually done it yourself?
It's a great question. So, look, I know you asked, do I have a mentor now? No, I don't, and I don't have a business mentor. But when I first graduated, I worked for a man who owned a multimodality clinic, and I absolutely saw him as my mentor. And I look at him and his influence as being so pivotal to my growth and my confidence.
Can we get him a shout out?
Yeah,
his name is James Hancock. He's incredible. He's an amazing naturopath in Melbourne. Really, really lovely man.
We'll have to tag him.
There you go, James. You've been given some praise by your old fellow, what do they call him? Padawan. Sophie.
Padawan.
I've not heard of that term.
Is it an Indonesian term?
No, it's
I'm thinking of Palawan.
Oh,
that's an Indonesian term.
I don't know what that is. I was originally trying to think of whatever you call like a, your sensei would call someone.
Yes, yeah.
But then I thought of Star Wars. There we go.
I'm not a Star Wars fan, so hence why I had no idea. Anyway, moving forward.
But yeah, I think getting a mentor. Absolutely getting a mentor.
Just getting a mentor, anything else? That's just the main point.
I think, getting a mentor, working with a mentor, but also, and I know it sounds really ridiculous, but not ridiculous, but a bit, I think believing in yourself.
No, that's the most important thing.
I think it's so important because I think
100%.
People don't go for it because they're fearful of failing, but even if you fail, it doesn't matter.
If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Yeah.
If you're trying to, any business you're in, I don't care what business it is, there is selling involved. Like you have to sell to either sign up the client or sell a product or whatever good or service you have to offer. Someone's going to buy it, you've got to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not confident in yourself and don't think you can sell it, how the heck are they going to think, okay, I'm going to buy from this
Absolutely.
It comes through everything, like going to the gym. You've got to get into yourself and really get that physique. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, the man. David Goggins.
Mr. Goggins.
Absolute motivation. He's in Sydney at the moment right now.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him actually in Feb. Sophie, just winding back the clock again to your youthful glory days. Now, not saying you're not youthful now. Going back to the glory days, you just finished school, 18, you decide to take the gap year. A lot of people nowadays are like, I want to do a gap year. I don't want to do a gap year. I've got to study for 4 or 5 years. I'm going to delay my career so much if I do it. You did it. You're successful. You're in a good place. What do you have to say about it?
I am a big believer in a gap year. I personally, I don't know, I think back to when you're 18 and you think you know everything, you think you know what you want to do, you think you know what direction you want to go in, but I really feel like you don't really, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
You haven't lived much, you haven't experienced much, you haven't experienced much by yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel like with school you're so directed, so you haven't really had to make decisions yourself. So I feel like it's so valuable to actually understand who you are, what you want to do, who you want to be. So yeah, I'm a huge believer, and I really think we should stop thinking about wasting time or starting things too late because it's just a made up, it's just made up, this kind of timeline thing we've got in our heads, because I think we can all be on our own timeline.
Yeah, it's like go to school, go to uni, buy a house, get married, have kids, but it has to be like at certain ages.
Yeah,
when it
at
doesn't.
the moment it's like if you just go to school and do your generic, like what the government want you to do and what they teach you to do, and you pump out school, uni, kids, marriage, job, your first 30 years are fully laid out.
Absolutely.
Like, they're gone, and they're probably, or I'd argue, the best years you've got.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it. Go traveling with some mates. Because I went away for a few months, which was great. You're about to go away for a month, which will be, I'm keen to hear about this.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
I've had some trips in my time, and I can confirm you need to get that travel. You need to do it. Not only just for the sake of, having alone time or whatever, but I think that if you're getting into business and trying to start something more professional or that you need to dedicate time to, having the fun, doing the stupid crap, just getting it out of your system beforehand is vital. Like high school for me, terrible. Just running amok.
Looking back, it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that at the time. I don't know how, but I knew I'm going to muck up here as much as I can. Then when I'm done, all good.
Play on.
Yeah.
So you bought a home 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago. So how did that go with saving when you were you're self-employed?
Yeah.
How did you go with saving that, getting the deposit already, finding the home? How was the whole process for yourself?
During uni, I was not focused at all on savings. Zero focus. I was living money in, spend the money in, spend the money, as you do, because you're just making ends meet, right? But as soon as I finished uni, I had a goal. I really, really wanted to buy a home. And so from the time I started working, literally as soon as I graduated uni, I was really, really focused on saving. So when I put my mind to something, I will generally focus on it. We'll obviously focus on it, but I'll generally be very consistent with it. Like
and
once I've got a goal. Once I've got a goal, I've got a goal. And I follow that goal. So I was quite stringent with my money, like my spending and everything, quite onto my savings. And as I mentioned before, I have always been someone with a lot of jobs. So when I first graduated, I had lots of jobs. I think at one stage I was working 6 different jobs just because I wanted to save lots of money to buy a house.
Side hustles.
Side hustles. Yeah.
Just grinding.
Yeah, and I don't think that's good long term, especially, I don't know, as a female with a menstrual cycle and hormones, that's not good for us long term at all, but it served its purpose during that time.
Yeah, do it while you can.
Yeah.
6 jobs at once.
Yes.
Let's talk about them. What kind of different jobs did you actually do in the past prior to starting a business?
Well, these was whilst I had my business because I started,
What were they?
started consulting, and I was only consulting like 2 days a week. So I started consulting. I was also working at another clinic. So that's the 2. Mm-hmm. I was nannying for a family consistently 2 days a week. I was babysitting during the night. I was working at a health food store, and I was also doing catering.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that is 6.
A little bit diverse. I can see doing them for you. And again, as I said before, your demographic, your job better than I do. The nannying, the working in the other clinic, that's obviously directly correlational to your work, the babysitting, all of that kind of thing. Did you feel they enabled you to learn more about having those connections and communication and whatnot to actually bring into your business now?
Not really. They were more, I used them more as a tool that I could save enough money so I could let them go at some stage and then kind of put it all into my business. But I mean, definitely maybe the caring nature in me liked leaning into babysitting, so I got to care for people. So definitely some skills were interchangeable.
Looking back at your first couple of jobs, what were they?
My first job was McDonald's. Classic.
There's 2 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, McDonald's was second for me, actually.
No.
But yeah,
Close.
Macca's is a big
Close
one.
first.
Yeah. Yeah, McDonald's and babysitting.
Do you think that McDonald's brought anything in terms of business that you use today, or that helped you with it?
Do you know what? Probably not specifically now, but McDonald's got me so many of my other jobs. Did you find the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think McDonald's actually taught me, not McDonald's itself. I think working there and the way that I worked and everything is literally why I'm where I am now.
Yeah.
I loved work. I'd go there. I'd actually try to do good things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any listeners work at Macca's and whatnot or know what line times are, but I'd be constantly bang, 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 smashing out the goals. Where are we ranked on the leaderboard?
Yes, I do agree because working at Macca's, whoever works there would know, but it is like a competition between the stores and how quickly you're doing it.
I used to just go off, and I think that nature. If I was working as a manager or something at Macca's, or if I wanted to scout employees for the future, I feel like I would actually go to Macca's and be like, all right, who's running this shop? The kids.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going somewhere.
Groom them, get them up.
I agree. I so agree. It's really interesting. And one of the main things I think at McDonald's was processes. They're incredible at their processes. So I guess that is something I could have taken, but it's a great place to work.
Yeah, I really enjoy Macca's.
Yeah.
Food's good.
Food's good.
I can't relate to
I love
working there,
the
but look, the
input
food
here.
is good.
Oscar
I can't really
I'm-
say much in this conversation, so I'm
I'm-
just sitting aside and
unreal.
thinking about a McChicken burger.
No, I'm an
tell you what.
naturopath. I'm not going to agree with that.
Oh wow, let's get into it.
Yeah, why is a McChicken burger not a good idea?
Bad for your hormones.
Probably not great for the hormones. Probably not great for much. So if we can steer
Good for
away,
a
that would be
hangover.
amazing.
Yeah, let's not have Macca's then. What do you suggest we have? Fast food.
Fast food.
Yeah, what fast food can we have?
Oh,
Guzman Gomez, that's a border of fast food.
what about some sushi?
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no power in sushi.
There's nutrients though.
Oh,
What do you think,
wasted nutrients.
going back to food, what's the most beneficial ingredient or little bit of a snack someone can just,
A snack.
someone can just have during the day?
Look, I honestly like
Because
great.
everyone snacks.
Everyone. Oh, a lot of people snack. Not everybody.
Well, the vast majority.
Sauerkraut.
I personally think there
Love
is
you,
no. I don't think there's any best food because I think different people thrive on different foods. So I think the most important thing with a snack is that you have lots of protein and fat in the snack and some fiber. So make sure you're ticking off those 3 big groups: fat, protein, fiber, and then you'll be on a winner.
There you go. We've now got into the dietary realm as well. We are
about
the
diets.
most diverse financial podcast I've ever seen.
Last week talking about dating, literally everything. It is unreal. Like we said earlier, you're a business owner, a homeowner, and also an investor. Talk to us about your investing journey. Like, what are you invested in? How did you learn about investing at the start, and kind of go from there?
Yeah, so investment wise, it's something I definitely want to focus on this year. I feel like since we bought our house, it's kind of just been playing catch up a little bit, so there hasn't been much space for it, but I'd love to start leaning into that this year. I used to have Raise, I don't have that anymore, but I should get back
Micro
on
investing
it.
app. It's always good, that one.
Yeah, it's so good. I don't know why I got rid of
That's
it.
got the automatic roundups. Yeah, that's really
If you
good.
spend like 80 cents,
Yeah.
it goes
20,
up to $1, 20
yeah,
cents
yeah.
goes into
We can do that with.
like an ETF.
I've got that with my ING bank account at the moment. I think a lot of bank accounts actually do that as well. For their everyday spending, rounds up to your savings.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not invested, right? So it's not
No,
going to grow.
yeah, saving
At
just
the
sits
moment,
there.
you're losing money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Interesting, hey.
That's a very, very good point. So you get your Raise account.
I had my Raise
had your Raise
account,
account?
and then I've just got I've got some money in the ASX.
Yeah.
So in a few of the major banks and an ETF as well, just for diversity. And then obviously my super, which look, being self-employed, I haven't really focused on it.
Oh, that's a big no-no.
I know.
But I've been trying to tell her over the last few years.
Wow. After this podcast, we're
I
gonna have a
know.
We're
conversation.
sitting down again.
Yeah.
It's not good, boys, but
Good news is you're young. You can play catch up, but ideally you should.
Yeah, and
start
to be fair, you're
contributing.
setting up other things like you've got the home, you're investing elsewhere,
Mm.
you're probably investing in the business. Which, mind you, that's another good question. As a business owner, I think one conundrum they have, apart from paying super, is figuring out where they should put their money they're earning. So a lot of business owners will earn good money and throw it all 100% in the business. Some will throw it in investments like shares, property. Some will buy a home. You're doing 3 of which. How do you kind of decipher, okay, I don't want to put this bit into the business. I want to go to investing in shares. Do you have anything like set for that? Is there a threshold, or is it just what you're feeling?
so I have a salary that I pay myself. So
Yeah.
I have a set salary and then I pay myself that amount each week. And then within that amount that I pay to my personal account each week, I put money aside for tax, money aside for savings, money aside for investments, and then my spending money as well. And then any extra money just gets recirculated through the business. So I do it that way.
Did you learn that way from anyone in particular, or just kind of yourself? Kind of.
I mean, I feel like I've read some business books, but I mean, I don't know if I'm doing it the best way possible. But it's what works for me. I really like that consistency each week with my income.
Yeah.
I know some people go, okay, I earned that much this week, I'll take this much out. And then I earned that much, I'll take that much
Yeah.
out. Do you guys do that?
No,
No.
I used to just take money out of my savings all the time.
Yeah.
If I couldn't afford something, all good, just transfer.
Yeah.
But it's a big trap these days.
It is. See, I like consistency. It's clean. It's, you know what's coming in. Oh, and then obviously money put aside for our mortgage
Yeah.
as well from my income.
Now, talking about your mortgage,
Yes.
we had one of our episodes the other week was in regards to interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
How are you finding, like personally, the interest rates at the moment? Increasing gradually and all that.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a big conversation at the moment. I'm lucky enough that we fixed a large proportion of our mortgage. So we're not feeling the crunch that much. But on that note, with our variable, which is a small amount, it has increased almost double, which is quite scary. We're not feeling it that much because it's a small proportion, but I could only imagine what it would be like if it was larger.
1.8
Fully.
million.
Yeah, well, exactly right.
Yeah,
That would
just
hurt.
I've got a client, that 1.8 million variable.
Variable.
Yeah.
My gosh. It's crazy. It's scary. So yeah, we're coping okay at the moment.
And what other, like you mentioned to me yesterday, potential side hustles or ways to help you pay down the home. What other ways would you look to utilize that?
Yeah, like we're not in the position right now, but we would like to purchase maybe an investment down the track, which will help with the tax, and then we'll be able to pay down our house a little bit quicker.
Oh, like an investment property?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you've helped me understand that concept a little bit better as well. So yeah, I think when we're in the position and we're feeling comfortable with everything, I think we'll hopefully look at something like that.
Well said. You mentioned before you read a few books about business. What, off the top of your head,
Yeah.
are some good business books for anyone who would want to have a read and learn?
I really like Profit First. That's
Profit
a good one.
First?
Profit
I haven't actually read
First.
that.
The Big Leap.
I haven't read that either.
Yeah, I
The
haven't
Big
heard of
Leap?
these. Tell us a bit
Yeah.
about them.
If you remember.
Yeah, if you don't remember, it's fine. I know it was a long
I
time
read them
ago.
so long ago, but I remember in my first year of business, I was just absorbing anything I could. So I read them there, but they're both really, really good books. And then, as I mentioned before as well, I'm very into energy in, energy out kind of thing, manifesting. So a lot of the books I read are actually about money manifestation and kind of putting it out there. Then anything by Denise Duffield Thomas. So Get Rich, Lucky Be. And what's the other one? Oh, Chillpreneur. Both fantastic books. Chillpreneur. So she always talks about, the energetics of money and attracting money, but doing it in a relaxed way, having work-life balance. And that's something I really resonate with.
Well, there you go. We've got Sophie, who was up until 18 in school, took a gap year, had her fun, came back, did uni, finished uni, started a business, bought a house, started investing. Here she is, a young...
Oh, and now actually recently engaged as well.
And recently
I have
engaged.
to throw that one out there.
well,
I am engaged, yes.
that is
So
a big one to
exciting.
throw in.
It's all happening.
All at the ripe age of 28. That's a hell of a description to have for someone at 28, being able
Thank
to
you,
accomplish
Zeke.
all those things. So well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Do you have any final tips for anyone out there who just wants to get into business or just any tips in general?
Your last tip of the day.
Okay, I like that. Trust your instincts and back yourself.
Very
There we go.
Very good.
There we have it.
And separately, we've got a lot of female listeners too.
Amazing.
Do you have any specific advice for females trying to get into business that could be facing difficulties?
I mean, gosh, I could talk about this all day. I honestly think, and I know maybe follow me on my page if you want to talk more about this, but females, we have different needs because we've got a reproductive cycle. So focus on work-life balance. That's really important. Don't burn out. And again, trust your instinct. Instinct is everything.
Good.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Where can we find you for all the listeners who want to go on, follow you, possibly reach out for more help, that kind of thing?
What's the best way to contact you?
Instagram's always good. So my Instagram is Sophie the Naturopath. Very inventive.
Very.
Or my website is www.sophiejane.com.au,
Right.
where
And
my email address is and everything.
we'll pop these links to the Instagram and your website in the episode bio. So just go down and click on them through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you're listening on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
boys.
Thank you for joining. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, and let's go to the
Sure everyone
beach.
got something good out of it. Yeah, beach time.
Beach time.
Let's grab some not fast food and get out of here.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Cheers.